Hello, and welcome to another 5D BIM Learning Series episode with me, your host, Gerald Snyman, and it is all about learning the five-dimensional building information modeling approach in renovating my apartment. Normally, I would have done it without uh, a plan as such, but I decided to, well, let me learn a new skill. And this is what the model looks like currently. And this video is just to be a short update on what I accomplished so far. Now, when we consider where the model originates in Blender, and with a tolerance of about 10 millimeter in as a as opposed to the real world, um, or in relation to the real world. um, I want to be close. I want to get closer, but yeah, a building built in the 1980s, back then, doesn't seem like they cared much about parallel and perpendicular walls, or not allow, or at the very least, not a very true parallel and perpendicular. Anyway, uh, so this is the Blender model with the um, updated version of the naming convention, where it's the project name, uh, uh, the level, uh, first level type, structure or non-structure, then also what the element is, a slab or a column or a exterior wall, um, and then the type of material used, concrete, brick, and then a unique serial number the, to identify it by. So I also use the unique number as a reference to where the element is situated. For instance, I use the first digit as referring to the room, and the second one the next significant room, and the third one either the number or the quantity or the third significant room. So that's how I'm sharing this kind of information because I don't know if you're looking for some inspiration. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, and so I just learn as I go along. I learned that I need to have a naming convention, but what should it be? And so, and then uh, as I this information about the position and the names and everything, I pass it to a uh, uh, spreadsheet, where the spreadsheet is listing all the elements that I want in my construction of my building. And where there's a because I ended up with so much automation, I had to refine more and more and more my element ID, I mean the name, my naming convention. I just had to. It's just um, knowing programming. It's it's not even tempting. It's a given fact that I will end up using only one input and I want to extrapolate a whole bunch of information from that one thing. So I this is a manual input. At the moment, element name is useless. Not using it at the moment. Uh, I practically don't use element category yet. I just add all these things in because I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna need it. If I don't, then I ditch it. Location, X, Y, and Z or Z is a manual input. I create a vector for the Unreal Engine uh, automatically. I manually put in the three coordinates because putting it in as a string is a little bit tedious. So it's easier to just change one thing and it automatically. Um, I also convert from Blender meters to Unreal centimeters, and then also I had to invert the y-axis because Blender and Unreal is not pointing into the same direction for the y-axis. Rotation, manual input, scale. Don't use all these things, and then I automatically uh, assign the find the or provide the information of the static mesh to be used. I don't export um, I don't export every component in Blender. Only for instance these guys here. Uh, they are these guys. They are being the unique models, the base models, and then I duplicate them just to find the coordinates for Unreal, or actually for my element schedule, because like for instance my the windows uh, are actually the same thing, even though they are three different elements in the BIM world, but I'm using the base model for, so that's how I'm doing it. And then having now this uh, for having all of this now prepared for the Unreal Engine is there we go, the structure. Uh, Everything is in has to be the same as within the this uh, um, spreadsheet needs to be exported as a CSV, and those column headings need to be the same as the structure. I mean, those need to be the same, but I do not have location X, Y, and Z in the structure because I don't need that. I need the location vector, which I prepared especially for this. In the now having the structure, once importing the CSV, uh, it the table gets created and populated. The By checking the ignore extra fields, we compensate for eliminating the errors in importing information of the three additional columns that the structure doesn't have. So we by default ignore them, um, and only populate the columns that we need. So from that we have our construction graph, which is a blue actor that we a blueprint of an actor that we make and editing the blueprint. The this model is a blueprint that I just drag in, one single component in the outliner, and instead of importing all the models in individually, and yeah, and then you need to rearrange or delete or whatever. So all of that is governed by my element schedule. And the construction graph, I we need a variable of data type, a data table, and then use that so that we can load the table, getting all the names, row names. Then I loop through it and spawn the um, element. Is a custom function which then I get a single row, and I mean the current row, and then it kind of happens sort of automatically, because as it cycles, the loop is sending the next uh, uh, table row information. So then I break it up so I can have direct access to every field in the structure. I take the location and rotation, which I use. You may not necessarily use it, so I plug that into a static mesh component, and I'm not interested in scaling, so I don't use that. And the static mesh component is an empty component. It doesn't have a mesh. We need to provide our mesh, which is one of these various components in constructing the building. So, and that is what we get from the table, the reference to where the mesh is, and then we set the mesh. And from there, it is then as simple as, let me show you that I'm doing it. Where's delete? Edit. Let's delete it. Alright. So it's out of the outliner. As you can see, it's not in there. My blueprints. Okay. Here's my blueprint. Doom. I drag it in. Now I just need to raise it a little so that it can be where's my player start? start. Okay, player start. Right. Okay, so now this is what my building looks like. This is the backside, room, master bedroom, living. This is now looking from outside in, and then going in. Oh, so nice to play my own building. Okay, yeah. This is the living room. This is the dining room. This is the kitchen, corridor, bathroom, toilet. Here's my studio. This is where I'm operating out of. Um, Here's the bedroom and master bedroom. Let's just go out of the window. Okay, so now here's the effect of having the element schedule is when I say I want to spawn it according to the order of my element schedule. If I want pillars to the columns to spawn in a different pattern, I just need to rearrange my element schedule. If uh, so now the inside walls, the partitioning walls are spawned. The white are the plaster point. Um, the this one doesn't have a material. Okay. Alright, so um, and here are the windows and done with it. So this is the state of when I've put in an extra little feature so that I can um, floor plan, so that I can uh, don't get obstructed by the walls in planning on how I'm going to do my tiling. And so just taking the walls out of the way without any, so I just raised them 5 centimeters above the floor, so I can see what the plan looks like and I can plan according more easily. Alright, thank you for watching, and please do like if you find any value in my videos. Please do consider to subscribe so that then you can be notified when I upload my next videos. I don't upload according to a schedule. I do upload as soon as I find something relevant to share. I do share. I'm every day I'm focusing on getting this project planned, and as I said, this is a 5D BIM uh, learning series where it is not only the um, time schedule, I mean the element schedule that we going to learn how to. I mean, I've set up this spreadsheet from scratch. which has been a tedious task. And task name, the schedule of um, everything will be planned out according, so that on this coming Monday, today is Tuesday, I believe, and because on Monday I want to start my remodeling, my renovation. Um, yeah, setting up this spreadsheet was hard work, that I tell you, and there's a whole lot of things in the back end of 5D that is the philosophy, all the calculations. It's just so much to learn, but I find value in it, and it's yeah. I A few years ago I tried to learn project management, but obviously the time wasn't right for it. That was a failed mission, and but yeah, I am on a big role in getting 5D learned and executed. I want to do it. I want to at the very least closely approximate what the professional uh, dedicated BIM software is doing, and yeah, showing that it can be done with um, well, not BIM software. So thank you for watching, and please do leave comments and suggestions, questions, and until the next video.